If you think Xbox will exit the console market and go third party, I've got a message for you. Phil Spencer has already confirmed that they are working on a new Xbox console. Let's look into this. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I would like to talk about new Xbox hardware, new Xbox consoles that have already been confirmed by Phil Spencer. Phil Spencer, the boss of Xbox, the head of Xbox, has already confirmed that they will be releasing more Xbox consoles in the future. Now, this message is really for the Xbox will exit the console market crowd, because there's actually been quite a lot of comments like that, because I don't know, like I think it was that Phil's interview on Xcast, the kind of funny games, where people for whatever reason drawn some weird conclusions, right? Like some people after that interview started saying that Xbox is done, that Xbox is doomed, that Xbox will exit the console market for whatever reason, that they will just release games for PC, cloud, and whatever, right? I think I know why, actually. Sorry, maybe that's because Phil Spencer said that that the consoles are not their main focus, and that is the case. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they don't need Xbox or consoles anymore. And they need consoles for two main reasons. Obviously, one is to accommodate the current console market, to accommodate all the Xbox fans that still wants to use Xbox consoles. And second one is the cloud. But before I talk about it, let's check one of the Phil Spencer's quote, not from the last interview, but from the previous interview from a while ago. So there was an interview made by Yahoo Finance, and Phil Spencer was talking about a lot of stuff that was closer to the Xbox. That was shortly, I think, after the Xbox Series consoles launch. And this is an IGN article that talks about it. So according to Xbox head Phil Spencer, Microsoft is still planning to release gaming hardware following the launch of the Xbox Series consoles, despite the games industry leaning more towards all digital cloud-based future. So here's the quote. In terms of future hardware, absolutely. I think we are going to see more console hardware down the road, Phil Spencer said. Just like in video, just like in music. It's not that streaming has cut out device innovation. I think we'll continue to see that, and that's absolutely what we are planning for. So that's Phil Spencer pretty much confirming that they will be still making Xbox hardware, right? And even he was making this comparison to video streaming or music streaming, that you still need hardware, but so that's one thing. And you can always argue that, yeah, but you don't need an Xbox console to stream the games to, right? And I agree, right? But still, you need an Xbox hardware or some sort of gaming hardware to actually stream game, because in order to stream the game to a device, any device, that game first needs to be run on something, right? Now, obviously, some people may argue, okay, so you can always run it on PC and stuff. But the thing with PC, and that's actually like recent couple of months have been the best, confirmation of that. PCs are not necessarily the best for that task, because yes, you can use very expensive PCs that would handle every single game, no problem. I guess Luna does it. Stadia did that in the past, right? But the thing is that, like, in order to optimize costs and stuff, it makes more sense to spend some money, millions of dollars probably, on investing in a console chip, right? Just like Xbox Series S and X chips are. Actually, Xbox Series S is more for streaming, to be honest with you, because to produce such chip and then put these chips on the server blades, that costs are way less money than investing in a very expensive server, PC server kind of hardware. Because if you check prices for things like in the server or AI or GPUs and stuff, right? For servers, these things are quite expensive. So we're not talking about even PC gaming kind of prices. We're talking about thousands of dollars a lot of times. So it makes more sense to optimize these server blades for not necessarily optimize, but to build these server blades based on a console chip like Xbox Series X is, right? And then you build a game for one particular device, right? So you don't have all the PC optimization issues and everything, right? It's just everything just works better, I guess, right? So for Microsoft, it makes sense to still make these chips and consoles, because if you've got a chip, right, and then building everything around it is actually way easier. So if you've got that chip already and it's actually running all these Xbox games, you may as well build some couple of millions of consoles. Now, I'm not trying to say that Xbox will sell, hundreds of millions of consoles. Probably not. And I think that moving forward, Xbox will be selling less and less consoles. But there will be still these hardware boxes for enthusiasts, right? I mean, listen, just like with PC, right? The fact that Nvidia is now streaming all PC and Steam games doesn't necessarily mean that people are selling their PCs and using, cloud to play these games, right? So there will be always people that will want to play, these games locally on the local hardware, right? That's why I'm saying that Xbox, even though it's moving towards the cloud-based gaming and that kind of stuff, they will still need hardware to run these games in the cloud, right? And that's the purpose of Xbox Series X too. Because I'm not sure if you've listened to previous Phil Spencer interviews. Especially interviews shortly before the launch of Xbox Series X. He was talking quite a lot about the fact that Xbox Series X chip was built for two purposes, really. For the console to play games locally, but also for the cloud, right? And I'm sure you've heard the most recent news. Even Phil Spencer did say that they are running some of the business tasks on these server blades, Xbox Series X server blades too, whenever they are not used for gaming, right? So these servers actually make sense for that as well. And by the way, also there's actually an interesting thing going on right now. Looks like Microsoft is actually interested in investing into building their own chip, not for gaming but also for cloud. So a chip that would be more AI based and that kind of stuff. So looks like Microsoft is investing more and more in hardware, and it makes sense because if they want to be cloud based and Azure based kind of company, that's what really makes them the most money. All these cloud, all these Azure servers, Xbox servers, well, they have to run on something, right? So if you don't build your own hardware, you have to pay money to hardware manufacturers like AMD, Nvidia, Intel, right? That costs a lot of money. So it makes sense because you will need a lot of that hardware. It makes sense to actually build these chips yourself as well. Xbox Series X is a custom chip and Microsoft had no issues with building that, right? So yeah, I think that's where it's going. And, we, the gaming dinosaurs, people that still wants to play wants to play on consoles. We'll still have these consoles to play. They are not going anywhere. And yeah, I'm pretty sure about that. And you did hear Phil Spencer. They are not going anywhere with these consoles. They will be still releasing new consoles and stuff. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that as well. And by the way, I really do hope they will build Xbox Series X Elite or Pro. I mean, however you really want to call that mid-gen refresh or upgrade of a console. So anyway, guys, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about it. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.